Booktube, Chelsea the Reading Outlaw here, as promised, to do my January fanfiction wrap-up. Before we get started, I just want to say that this month's wrap-up is going to be a little weird because I'm cutting it short at like half the month because I'm getting ready to go on vacation and I need to get a bunch of videos pre-filmed for you guys. So I'm kind of cutting off my January fanfiction wrap-up at half the month, but I just wanted to give you guys a little wrap-up of how things are going so far. So far this month, really this year, both, I have read 17 pieces of fan fiction for a total of 391,352 words, which give or take is about 3 or 4 novels worth of fan fiction, which is great. I love it. I'm going to just do some highlights. I have 5 that I'm going to talk to you about. The first one is actually one of the first pieces of fan fiction that I read this year. I actually technically started it in 2016, right on New Year's Eve, and then I finished it New Year's Day 2017, and that is A Never Been Kissed by the Hoyden and 20-something. I will have all of these fan fiction links down below if you decide that you would like to try them out. This is a very weird fan fiction for me to talk about because this is a fandom I didn't even know that I was a part of until Kay introduced me to it, as is the story with most of my developments of fan fiction. But this is a hockey RPF, which stands for Real Person Fan Fiction or Real Person Fiction. And it is about Yevgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby. The thing that I like about this fan fiction is that it is the slowest slow burn ever. Like, this is like 100,000 solid words of fan fiction, and nothing happens until probably more than halfway through the story, but there is such good tension and chemistry built that, like, it doesn't even matter. Now, I will admit, RPF is not a category of fan fiction that everybody is gonna love, but it's one of those things where as long as you can separate the reality versus the RPF, you'll do fine. And this one worked so well for me on so many levels. I highly recommend checking it out if you like really good, slow burn tension. You don't need to know anything about hockey. I don't know, sure as shit don't know anything about hockey. I've never seen a hockey game. Doesn't matter. Definitely one worth checking out. The next 2 are kind of, well, technically the next 4 are pairs with each other. They're kind of duologies off one another. The first set I'm going to recommend is Dímelo and Corazon, both by Lady Floaty. These are Star Trek AOS Bones Gym fanfiction. Oh boy. There's not a lot going on in these stories, but fucking. These are what we lovingly refer to as PWP or plot what plot. Yeah. It's literally just really hot sex having between 2 of my personal favorite Star Trek characters. So if that's something worth checking out for you, neither one of those is particularly long. They are incredibly easy to read back to back. I will link both of those down below, but you have been warned they are graphic. There's not really a lot much going on there other than the graphic stuff. Then the last 2 are almost the polar opposite of that. These are 2 pieces of Boy Meets World fanfiction that are actually OT3. And OT3 is a riff on the phrase OTP, which stands for one true pairing, or kind of like your ideal ships and your ideal kind of fictional couples. OT3 kind of tweaks on that and expands on that, and it stands for one true threesome or one true three-way. Or basically it's polyamory. It's one true pairing, your favorite relationship that happens to involve 3 consenting adults. So this is an OT3 fanfiction of Boy Meets World featuring, as you can probably assume, Sean and Corey and Topanga. It actually is set in kind of the same universe or timeline as Girl Meets World. So like, if you've seen that show at all, that's where the adult backstories come from. So like Corey is a teacher and Topanga is a lawyer and Sean is like a photographer for National Geographic or Time or whatever. He's like freelancing. So it's basically about them and about the 3 of them having this very lovely cohabitating polyamorous relationship. And these fictions are just little kind of slices of life. There's really no sex in them. There might be some kissing, but really it's just about how these 3 people who have always loved each other so much continue to love each other as 3 adults in a household. And they get into like adoption stuff and found family feels and Sean's tragic history, which if you're from the 90s and were female, you are well versed in the tragic history of Sean Hunter. But these were just very nice. They're just very nice, stories that are just little slices of life. They're just very good pieces of domestic fiction. And I really, really enjoyed them because I kind of forgot about Boy Meets World there for a minute as like a fandom and a place where I used to put a lot of my viewing energy and like emotional investment when I was younger. So it was nice to kind of do a little flashback, but at the same time, make it current and make it modern. So yeah, that is my kind of fan fiction wrap up so far. Those are some of the highlights. Let me know down below what you've been reading, if you have any good fan fiction to check out. If you are new to fan fiction and you have thoughts or feelings or you need some guidance or introductions, all of that can go down in the comments. Of course, like, subscribe, follow me on social media. I am always here to talk books with all of you guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and have happy reading.